Hi guys. This is the Binti Love Podcast, 5 points, 5-star review. And today I will be reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville, Alabama, Season 6, Episode 2. Yes. Okay. And this is me. I'm your host. All right. Okay. Now, before I get into it, let me just say the Fair Use Act of 1976 is for criticism, news reporting, commentary, teaching, scholarship, or research. Okay. All right. And here are all the beautiful people. We got Melody, we got Martell, we got Maurice and Kimmy, and we got the Scott Marceau and Latisha Scott. Latasha Scott. Okay. And so, you know, let me just start off and say I gave this episode 5 stars. I thought that it was really, really great. And again, I love all the colors here, all the spring colors, nice background to show off the colors. And I love the pink on Martell. And great dress for Melody. And everyone else looks good too. Okay, now point number one. It is really good to see Kimmy doing better after her health scare. Now, her husband is really standing by her side and telling Kimmy to slow down and just rest more. So, I just wanted to report on that, and I felt that was a good job by Maurice, saying, slow down, slow down. And that's what he did, and that's what he said. Okay, now point number two, let me just report and comment that I feel as though, I don't know about, doesn't it seem like Letitia Scott's all her cousins look just like her? And like we saw another cousin this episode. I'm like, okay, they all look like twins. Wow. You know. And it just tells you that, they really are siblings. That, they're not really siblings, but they really are the same DNA because they're her cousins. And they seem like they all came from the same letter. So it just makes Letitia, look cuter. You know, we know she was cute, but when we see her 3 times cute, you kind of notice that, okay, she really is cute. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to point out that all her cousins look like her. We met one other cousin that is not happy about her and her other cousin still arguing for all these years. So I wanted to point out that. And now point number 3 is my criticism for Martell trying to still, here he goes, trying to still, Martell is still trying to paint Melody as a bad mother, allegedly, in terms of her comments. I think that that's what she felt that he was trying to do. And due to her choosing family members to babysit, allegedly, rather than having hired help. And on this episode, he's like, why don't we just have like 2 nannies and stuff like that? But, I think sometimes I'd rather have people in my own family do the babysitting. And then, sometimes they need a break, so you have to have someone else, another cousin or another, she said allegedly her brother babysits. You're going to have another family member come in there and babysit too. So it might seem like more, but it's probably like a handful of babysitters because people need a break. And that's the village that she's trying to create. And I don't think Martell gets that. She's trying to create a village for her children because it's a few of them. So my criticism does go to Martell trying to still paint, Melody, constantly trying to paint her as a bad mother. And when we know she's, seems to be one of the greatest mothers out there. So I just wanted to comment on that and criticize on that. Okay, now point number 4, the MVP moment goes to Melody's friend, reaching out her hand to Melody as she began. They went to the park and they were sitting down. And she's one of the older friends that, she has with the husband that helps and works with Martell. And so they came together. So we saw in the beginning of the episode or so, or in the middle, Martell talking about painting, Melody, like, I don't really like this and I don't really like that about her. And she always have all these babysitters and 20 babysitters. 5 is not 20. And I don't know exactly how many babysitters she has, but I don't think she has 20. If she had 20, maybe she should get nannies. But people just need a break. Yeah, so, when Melody's friend reached out her hand to Melody as Melody began to cry, still after opening up about her issues, she's, started crying after opening up her issues about how she felt Melchild was treating her. Like, she's doing the best she can. And yeah, she is a working mother, so she's not in the house all day. But, and how she cried about, basically, she said, she's a mother and she can't see her kids every day. So that was when Melody really was like, really opening up. But I thought the friend, when she reached out to Melody and put her hand on her leg and just listened to her, I thought that was the most valuable player moment right there. It was just a beautiful moment. Which leads to point number 5. The most loving moment was that the fact that Melody can still open up. Yeah. So Melody right here, after all the stuff that Martell has allegedly put her through, now I like Martell. I'm not going against Martell. He did what he did, which, happens to be a sad situation of a breakup of a family. But, I think that he can do a little bit better without trying to condemn her about motherhood or allegedly condemning her about motherhood or whatever he's saying. It seems to me like he's like, she's not doing good as a mother, which can really hurt a mother. And I think that's what was happening with Melody when she started opening up. But I thought it was the most loving moment that she can still talk about her situation and talk about the pain she felt, because I feel that's going to really help like plenty of women out there. Her sharing her story, and that 2 years or 3 years doesn't mean that it's still not going on, and she doesn't feel like the same as she felt before. Like, this is an ongoing situation. So I really appreciate her. The loving moment was that. Now, I just want to let you say, guys, this is a Binti Love Podcast, 5.5 star review. Again, I'm your host, Binti Love. If you guys can take time right now to subscribe. Definitely tell 10 people to subscribe to. You can also catch me on TikTok. And I'm also at www.bintilove.com, where you can see me doing, just reviews and blogging and things of that sort too. It's not video per se. But yeah, and yes, that's what that was. The 5th final point was basically about Melody and being able to open up, because at some point, she is not always as open as she used to be. I see her become more like very, very distancing herself from the friends, and the friends are saying, Melody, you're distancing yourself from us. And I do see it too, and I think some of the viewers probably see it too, that she is doing that. And it's probably like a safeguard, because she's always going through stuff on the show, and she's in a moment right now where she doesn't know who really is her friends. That's what I think. Like, she's like, I don't really know. She gets more people on the show, and that person has an issue with her, that person has an issue with her, and it's a lot. So, yeah, I think that, but, I'm glad she's still staying in touch with her emotions, and being able to share how difficult it is, that this is really a real show, and she is opening up her life, and their lives are being opened up to us, and I'm glad that she's able to depict that on camera. And yeah, so okay, guys, that was my final point there, pretty much. And again, make sure to subscribe and tell 10 people to subscribe too. Okay, bye, guys.